My name is Sahba Motallebi and I play tar. It is Persian tar, Persian instrument, Iranian old traditional music.
And so you were raised in Tehran, in
Yes.
Iran. Can you tell us a little bit about the musical culture in Iran and some of the history and kind of cultural tradition that around the tar?
Of course. So music is part of people's bodies, part of their spirit, and it's supposed to be there. But unfortunately, government doesn't like people just to play music and work in music industry. So people cannot stop. So they're just going through it, and we have lots of beautiful, amazing musicians and instrumentalists, vocalists. Nowadays, still women's voice is mute; they cannot sing. Just for women, they can sing. So it is just some tradition that we are dealing with, actually. But before, it wasn't like that. After it is about since 40 years ago, it's happened. But people, as I said, they cannot stop. They're going to improve a lot in music, and they're going just to also around after Iran to learn music and everything. So yeah, this is what it is. And this instrument is belong to 150 years ago, and very old traditional classical instrument. It is tar, T-A-R.
So I know in the Indian classical musical tradition, there's a lot of connection between the music and the Hindu religion. Is that a similar thing in Persian culture, where some of the music is connected with Islam, and there's a religious connotation to some of the musical expression, or the way music is developed in Persian culture?
It is not this kind of Persian traditional classical music, but yes, there is a for example, if somebody is dying or something for their death, they're going just to have, actually for the a spiritual person, they have a special music, but it is not so instrumental or something. It is mostly percussions and singing. They have it. But in Iran, actually, before, we're talking about this regime.
Yes.
But before that, of course, and people knows about that. They are knowledgeable about those kind of music. We have lots of religious, like Sufi music, like that we call it dervish music and Sufi music. They're going just to have beautiful instruments, mostly percussion also, and string instrument. And they're going just to, like Turkish music, they're just going to go to round and get in a trance with it. So it is exactly as you said, we have those kind of music also. And let me tell you about the other kind of music for music therapists. We have lots of music therapists in villages in Iran. Again, with lots of percussion, they're going just to for example, it is south of Iran mostly. They're going just to heal the person that they believe a bad spirit came to their body. It is few days and nights they're going to play to just heal that person. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always amazing to see how different cultures use music as a healing art. I know at California, especially right now, sound healing has become something for the masses, with Tibetan singing bowls and Indian traditional ideas coming over, and it's really cool to see that manifest itself in different cultures.
That's right.
Can you talk a little bit about your musical journey? I mean, I know you said that it is difficult in the past 50 years to learn music and become a professional performer. How did you come to America, and how did you come to learn the instrument as well as you know it now? What was your education like, and your experience kind of crossing that border?
Sure. When I was 11, I started music, and it was another instrument, smaller than this instrument, called setar. Se means three, tar means a string. And it is just one bowl. So it has two, big one and middle one. Setar is similar like this bowl, and a smaller neck, and we are going just to play with one nail like this. So I started this instrument when I was 11, north of Iran. So we moved from Tehran, the city that I was born, to north of Iran after a while. And then again I came back to capital, to Tehran, to study music. Why? Because we have just one school all over the country for music, one for men, one for women. And when I was 14, I started coming to the Tehran Conservatory and studied this instrument as my major instrument. And also, during this 4 years for my graduation, it was high school. During these 4 days, I had lots of competition, and I became like the first person in those competition in front of in for women and also for men in this competition and festivals. And after that, I wanted to study music again, but because of my religion, government doesn't let me. So for Baha'i people, university is forbidden after high school. So I traveled to Russia. It is close, it's still border of north of Iran. I studied composition there, European composition, folk composition, and I went to Turkey to study Turkish music and Iranian music and find a similarity and difference between Turkish music and Iranian music. While because it was a border and before it was Persia, like a big empire, and we haven't had lots of difference and different music. So it was just one music. So I went there to find lots of lost rhythm right now, and I'm going just to bring it to my music. Still, I'm going to apply lots of Turkish rhythm and melodies to my music because it was in Iran before. Now it's separated to few countries. And again, I went to the United States at the age of 27. So I studied world music performance and dance at Cal Arts University.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, you know Cal Arts. After that, I'm a teacher, music instructor. I teach online all over the world and also universities online. So I stay at home and I teach and sometimes at universities and also my private students. Some people coming to my house, some people I'm going just to teach them online. Yeah, that's all about it, and lots of concerts and performances all over the world to present Persian music.
So would you say that the music that you're presenting is kind of a combination of influences of traditional Iranian music and then older Persian influences that you've gathered from your experiences in Turkey and in that region, basically? And then would you say you bring some of your own unique flavor to your musical expression as well? Yeah, and if you want to talk maybe a little bit about some of your own approach to composition and then also improvisation, that would be awesome.
Yeah, sure. So I applied lots of techniques to this instrument. It wasn't before. It was just performing like here. And I applied lots of mezrab, like techniques here and also here. So it wasn't, lots of them wasn't there. And it is because I've traveled so much. I studied from flamenco players, guitar players.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, lots of like flamenco, just doing stuff. I'm going just to apply it in my music. And about lots of sound that you've heard, like these sound, or these are from me, and also from performing here. It's lots of. It came from nature for me, from birds. So also at the same time, when we have another instrument called tambur, they putting their nails here, and sometimes the nails click on the body of the instrument, and it sounds like percussion and instrument all together, but in one instrument. So that's why I'm going just to bring up lots of techniques, beautiful techniques by this instrument. And because I studied at Cal Arts with Indian and Japanese and Balinese and African people, so I know their music and their techniques. I'm going just to borrow those techniques.
I guess one last question for you. In your experience with your own traditional music and seeing all these other different cultures expressing their own history of music, do you see the genre of world music as something that is getting less boundaried, where basically people are taking ideas from different cultures and really understanding the expression of music as a whole in the world, since we've got so much communication now? Do you see that changing pretty drastically?
Yeah, of course. But when people the music is for me is like that. When it comes from heart, it's going to be affected on others people's heart. When it came from soul, It is just a flow between you and audience. So it's not difficult to understand those music. And connection, of course, they are connected like a chain. For example, for music, like for example, Chinese music, we're supposed to just find the connection until it comes to Iran. But still, because it came from heart, it always can sit in other people's heart. It is about music. It's not all techniques. It is about the feeling. So I consider it like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess one last thing. Do you have any advice for people who are trying to learn music but are struggling, be it some repressive anything? You know, sometimes I know in our culture, probably the most common thing is parents who say, "Oh, you can't be a musician because you're not going to make any money." But do you have any advice for people who are trying to learn music and are experiencing challenges? Anything that helped you through as you were really pushing? Because it sounds like you were up against a lot, but really made it.
Yeah, that's it. Actually, it is a very good question. For money, of course, I agree. Yes, for money, we cannot. I think music, it cannot be career. It cannot be something like job that you are going just to make money from it. Teaching is not something that you want just to make money from it. Still, teaching is gift. Why? Because you have gift sometimes. Before you had that gift and talent is not something that you are going just to gain it after a while, after just practicing. It is gift from somewhere that you are own it. So when you have those stuff, how you're going just to make money from your talent, it is a little bit weird for me. So gifts supposed to just be given free. If you have, that's gift. So we cannot make money from music. So that's why I work something else for money. I do something else as a job. Still, I'm a professional musician. I consider myself musician, but I cannot make money from it. Also, I teach, but I put lots of like thousand videos, instructional videos from all the book and materials that we have on this instrument and the other instrument sitar, and I upload it online for free in both languages, English and Farsi. To people all over the world, they can use it with spending no money for free. So, because it is a gift, I'm just going to give them as a gift. So it is my concept, and it is hard. I've never. My two child, for example, they love music. They can play music. They can hear. They can listen music. Still, they are musician. It's not because they cannot be a star on instrument or vocal. We cannot consider them like you are not musician. If they enjoy music, still for me they are musician, because we don't have good knowledge or ear for listening. Also, if they're going just to listen good music and enjoy, they're still musicians. So I don't have that hard part for my next generation also. And about the money, no, they cannot make money.
It's a hard thing.
That's hard thing to do. Even the stars.
Especially nowadays,
if they make money, still this is challenging for them because they don't like to make money from music. It is totally different. You can understand, because it came from somewhere that you cannot even talk about it. It's when you're improvising, how you are going just to make money from your improvisation. Exactly. So it is my money. You got it.
So I guess to summarize, music is really a gift that we're given, and as much as we can as musicians, sharing that information freely to continue the expression in the world is kind of a beautiful way to approach it. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for your time and your performance. And I hope you guys enjoy the interview. Thank you so much.